Call the meeting to order. Please rise, remove your caps. Stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Would you please silence your cell phones for the meeting, and would the clerk call roll, please? No problem.
Councilman Russell?
Here.
Councilman Dietrich?
Here.
Councilman Duffy?
Here.
Councilman Easton?
Here.
Councilwoman Hayman?
Here.
Councilman Harvey?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Councilman Easton, could I ask you to do our voluntary opening prayer?
Sure. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you today for this privilege that we can come before you with prayer. God, we thank you for your grace and your mercy. Lord, we pray tonight that you come into this space with us and give us good reasoning ability. Lord, I pray that you cause us to be able to agree and disagree peaceably. Lord, I pray for this community, those who live here, recreate here, work here. I pray that your grace and mercy will cover those who are part of this community. Lord, I ask that you just continue to allow New Baltimore to be a beacon of hope and light as you have allowed us to be for so long. In Jesus' name tonight we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mel.
Yeah.
Could I get approval of the regular meeting minutes of March 23rd, 2026?
Make a motion to approve.
Support. Have a motion and a support. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Here.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Carried.
All right, so this is an opportunity for public discussion. This is for items that are not on the agenda. You can direct your comments to the chair. I would ask that you would walk to the podium as I recognize you, state your name and address for the record, and then I will allow up to 3 minutes for public comment. Is there anybody that would like to speak to a non-agenda item? Sir?
Ralph DeBucci Jr., 37177 Brett Drive, New Baltimore. I just want to thank you to the administration for having all these meetings on YouTube. So Marcia, I know you're doing that strongly, and it is super, super cool, and I love it.
Thank you, Adam. He helps me out.
That's it.
Thanks, Ralph. Anyone else for non-agenda related items? Going once, going twice? Okay, seeing that there are no further, monthly department reports for February 2026.
Move to receive and file.
Support. We have a motion, we have a support. Are there any discussion?
What, was that the consent agenda? Oh, okay, yes.
Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Carried.
Could I get approval of the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Supporter.
Motion and a support. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey? Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Carried.
Communications and petitions.
Make a motion to receive and file.
Support. Motion and support. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Carried.
Before I ask for an approval of the agenda, I would like to remove the closed session portion. And I would also ask council to move on item S1, S1D to B and B to D. Basically to allow for Bob Higgins of Finns to speak before action is taken on outdoor seating site plan. So moved.
I'll support it.
Motion and a support,
Can I ask why?
because I was asked. He would just like to speak to it before it's
Interesting.
voted on.
Interesting.
I don't see any, there was no
I
particular.
mean, yeah, but it's just still on the agenda.
There were no, we're not taking it off the agenda, we're just moving it up. There was no really rhyme or reason to
There's
the
gotta be a
order they
reason.
were put on.
We'll see when Bob talks. There's
Yeah.
gotta be a reason they asked
Mayor,
for
would
it.
you
No.
repeat the order again, please?
So we're moving S1D, which is Finn's Eatery,
Right.
to S1B and B to D. So the Blind Owl and Finn's are flipping,
Okay,
that's all.
thank
And then
you.
we're removing, at the request of the city attorney, the closed session, and the attorney will give a verbal opinion at the table. Okay? So I have a motion, I have a support. Any further discussion? Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Hayman?
Yes,
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
All right, very good. Now could I get a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
So moved. Support.
I have a motion and a support. Would the clerk call roll?
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Hayman?
yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Carried.
Thank you very much. All right, and now this is an opportunity under special order of business for you to comment on items that are on the agenda. I would ask that you wait for the items to be presented to council before you seek opportunity to speak. I would like to remind you that you are addressing the chair. Although council is hearing your verbal, it is addressed to the chair. It's not a debate. So, and then you will be allowed up to 3 minutes to speak. So on item S1, Planning Commission recommendations. Item S1A, it's rezoning south of Cricklewood, east of Birch Street, parcel number 0609133763 from general commercial to, and we wrote the applicant's name and not what we're rezoning it to. It's a lot split.
You want me to make the motion to
It
approve it?
is, I'm making a motion to approve and amend.
I'll support it.
All right, so I got a motion to approve and a support. Any discussion? Would the clerk call roll, please? S1A.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Hayman?
Yes,
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yeah.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Carried.
You guys are done.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Well, Mike is, you're welcome.
All right.
All right, item S1D, approval of outdoor seating site plan, Finn's Eatery and Spirits, 5106 Washington Street, with adjusted dimensions.
Well,
Just a minute, I want council to,
I wanna make, we're talking about fins?
Yeah,
Just
we're at,
keep-
we're
Hold on a
at,
second, what, I just had to pull it up here, 156. Do you wanna talk this, or you want a motion
well,
first?
since it's an agenda item, Tim, can we do discussion, or do I need
Yeah,
a
we can do
motion
discussion
and a-
first.
We can do discussion.
We-
Everybody does it different.
Yeah, I prefer to get a motion and support, and then have discussion, but we'll do it any way you want.
Well, I wanna make a motion to modify what the planning commission recommended for fins with a 7-foot setback to a 5-foot setback on the B side, and remain the A side at the 7 with the 12-foot.
Okay. So you have a motion, was there support?
I'll support it.
Okay, so we have a motion of a support, and I know the petitioner wanted to speak to it. Is, Bob, are you prepared to speak to it?
Yeah. I was gonna have Ralph go first.
Okay, sure.
I
I saw Ralph stick his hand up, so I wasn't sure.
Once
I'll
again,
recognize you first.
once again, Ralph DeBucci Jr., 37177 Brett Drive. I just want to correct the record. I wasn't at the planning meeting, but from what I've heard, something was said that the brick pavers were not getting done. And I just wanted to correct that because we have budgeted to remove the brick pavers and to make that brick paver all along Washington from Front Street all the way to Walgreens. We have it in our budget this year. Looks like we're gonna be starting sometime in May, and we're gonna be doing it in phases, where we're gonna remove the brick pavers. so that way we can get rid of the trip hazards that the brick pavers are causing. And we haven't finalized, we're still going through, doing aggregate cement or doing a stamped. But either scenario, what we wanna do is what we wanna, we do not want any maintenance. And we do not want a typical stamped concrete, because a typical stamped concrete requires its sealing every year. And then because it's a public walkway, you know, we would sand it, but we don't wanna get into all that, because as we learned from the brick paver project, it requires maintenance, and the brick pavers were never maintained. So we looked at several options on the DDA as far as removing the brick pavers, redoing the sand, replanting them, and redoing them, but then that requires a maintenance every year to keep that up, so we can keep the trip hazards at a low. This way, with the implementing of the new cement, whether it be regular concrete, whether it be stamped with no sealer, or whether it be aggregate with no sealer, we're doing that, and supposed to start project in May. And we want to keep the tradition of the look of the downtown. I don't want to do plain cement, because we're going to undo what the DDA did 10 years ago. I would like to keep the tradition of the bricks around the planter boxes. Those will be removed, and whatever we decide will be put into that. And then every planter box also has the brick pavers too. And then we do have a plan for the engraved bricks, that they would be set aside, and we would find a home for them to have them replanted somewhere else. So, because residents paid $75 a brick for those, and we gotta make sure that we use those properly. And of course, the ones that are crumbled up, of course, we can't do anything with. So we are, in the DDA, are planning to make that walkway a much better walkway going forward. And I think it was important for us to talk about that tonight, because some of the decisions that are gonna be tonight is gonna be considered because of that brick pavers, the way it has. So, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, and you did touch on every point on the pavers, and that there is a desire to restore as much as possible the ones that were purchased, and just to relocate down the road in another vicinity. Bob, I know you wanted to speak to your outdoor
Unfortunately,
seating
I
site
was out
plan.
of town for the planning, I wish I would've been there. So, that's why I asked to be on item B, so Dave, Mr. Duffy, so you could hear why I was
Please do.
listening to this. Anyway,
Did Mr. Duffy's motion address your concern?
I mean, I've sort of heard.
I
his
restricted
motion.
it more than it is.
So on the
so
one
I'm sure
side,
he
you're
wants to
asking
talk.
to give me what?
What they've already asked for is 7 foot. The one side, I wanna give you the 5 foot. I wanna restrict the corner, the angle one, your B side that's on your drawing. I wanna take that back, because that's our most busiest corner in the city of New Baltimore, is right there.
Okay.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's a collector corner, and
So
whatever
like-
whatever we put there is a hindrance.
So like right now, where on the angle that I'm at, I'm up like 5'6" between the light pole and my fencing, which is like a flat concrete. You wanna cut that,
I wanna come back closer to your building, yes.
so really I wouldn't have any seating on that side pretty much.
Maybe a small table, yeah.
Okay.
I walk that a lot, Bob, and it's very cumbersome.
Okay, I'm asking, and I wanted to ask the planning, or rather than give me 7, give me 8 feet. Because I'm the only one in town that has a slope for the wheelchairs going into my building. By you cutting back, I have no flat sidewalk, it's all on an angle. So if you went out there right now, there's a table out in front of my place, and it's on an angle like that. So when you put a line over it, I mean, it's totally on an angle. Last year, by going out to where I went, which I still have 5'6" in the front. So next spring, when we do have all concrete, that was the other thing I was gonna ask, to have planning relook at it again, where we could possibly go up to the full extent to give me more area. So basically, I was gonna ask, rather than take, right now I got 10 feet, rather than take 3 feet away from me, just take 1. 2 feet, giving me 1 more foot, giving me 8 feet, because of the slope that I have, if you looked at it a lot.
There's a slope there, you're right.
So that's that. The other side, you're saying 5 feet wide.
It's gotta be smaller. That corner is such a
So,
collector.
5 feet wide, if you had a table, a normal Deuce table, the smallest I can make it is 2 by 2. Then you have 2 feet for each seat. So then you have nothing around for them to get in and out. You really can't put a table there.
It's a city sidewalk, though. It's a public sidewalk. It's
I
not
understand
Finn's,
that.
it's
I
not Finn's
understand.
sidewalk, so.
I
I mean,
understand.
it's not a decision I wanna say, and that, but I think, I walk, everyone knows, I walk a lot. I see that through busy times and non-busy times. It's a very cumbersome corner, and where you're at now is, it's very hindrance to everyone.
So let me live, so when I bought it from Master Cipriano, and we had it out there, how come there was not a problem? He was 7 feet on that side, but.
If you
that's
remember,
it.
we started this all through COVID. So everything from COVID has never been changed.
Okay.
And if you look at your footings or whatever you want, your anchors in the ground, you have traditionally moved that 3 times now, at least 2 times.
I've moved it 2 times.
Yeah, you've moved it without, because we didn't have any regulations, so now we're trying to regulate it. And now you've had a lot, now we're taking it back, and I think
So,
that's kind of
let me
painful.
address COVID. I'm not gonna argue, I'm just gonna tell you. COVID, originally, the reason I moved it out to where it's at now is because it said to have a 5-foot wall, which I included the brick. So that's why I took it out there. The COVID, the only thing I did with the COVID was I put the picnic tables on Main Street, and I got approval from you and the state on that.
Yeah,
That
we
was
did.
my COVID, not the front patio. To make that clear.
Okay, well, that's clear.
So
Bob, could I ask you to just direct the comments
I'm sorry,
this way?
I'm sorry.
So I feel like you're talking to all of us,
Okay.
and we're not just engaging one member of council.
Sorry about that.
So basically.
No, it's all right, I just don't want you to be
So basically,
pigeonholed.
if I can either have a 5 by 7, but I'm asking for 8, or nothing there. So you're gonna take half, like, 1/3 of my patio away.
So, just so everybody understands why we're here, a few months back, council authorized the planning commission to be the body to set the
Right.
standards
Right.
for
Right.
outdoor seating. It was not their desire to remove it or take it away.
Right.
Although, as a comment has been made earlier, this was birthed out of COVID. So social distancing, trying to keep people in an atmosphere where we could, even before I got here, work with businesses so that you weren't shuttered during COVID. Everything was takeout, nobody was dining in, and now here we are 5 years past that.
Right.
And we've, as Mr. Duffy alluded to, we've finally gotten to a point where we have set some structure and parameters around a pathway, if you will, downtown. I think part of where the difficulty comes in, and it's not just for council, because planning had to do this along with my building department,
Right.
because we received your plan first. Jerry verified all the information and documentation that was needed to go to planning, and then it went to planning. And to their credit, I think the chairman asked a majority of their members, if not all of them, to please physically go to sites, take a tape measure, and see what we're working with. And I believe, Mike, if I can put you on the spot, am I accurate in that statement?
Yes, I'd actually like to commend the planning commission for their due diligence.
So that
Very
did
impressive.
occur.
Yes, they went out
Okay,
with tape
so
measures.
I'm not just making a false statement.
Walkers, strollers, yes.
Yeah, so, and then part of what we know to be a built-in problem were the trees that are physically fixed into the sidewalk.
Well,
And
and
fortunately for you, you don't have one of those in front of
He's
you,
got a pole.
but you do have a light post
right,
on the corner.
right. And-
So, to your credit,
Right.
I understand you're gonna be encumbered a little bit because of what you have as an obstruction. But the requirement is what, 7 feet or 10 total? What are we asking for passage-wise? Clearance from curb to
Well,
fence,
it was 5 feet from any obstruction. That was the minimum.
minimum.
was 5
And
feet.
then,
What's
and
the
what is
max?
it at now?
With this, it's greater than that.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's
so,
not dry.
so
It's
when
Part
you,
of it is, when you look at the fence that went from the corner of the building out to 10 feet, that is a complete obstruction to anyone coming. There's an ADA ramp that goes straight up into that gate, right up into that fence, like literally within 3 feet.
yeah, right, to the corner, you mean?
Yeah, to the
Right,
corner.
okay. Okay, so Bob, what is it that you're actually asking for?
I was asking for 8 rather than 7.
Bob, and I can clarify, in my motion, I wanted to make your B patio 8 by 5. 8 long and 5 from your building. So you can get
8 long and 5.
5 from your building, yeah. So you can get a table there.
And then,
Or I
and
could do whatever I want.
Yeah, you can put a couple of flower box or something around it, sit around a flower box, but
Or Bloody Mary bar.
fine with me. I that corner's just so cumbersome, so my motion was an 8 by 5 on the B section, Tom.
So it's 8.
yeah,
to
so there's
clarify.
actually, so you're separating his patio by A and B
That's how
section.
we have down here on the drawing,
To,
right?
right, so the closer to the ice cream parlor is A,
Correct.
Yeah.
closer to the corner
Right,
is
I
B.
understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I do, I just want people that
The
are
planning
only
commission
hearing what we're
recommended.
saying
Huh?
and don't have the
Planning
pleasure of
commission
looking at
gave
these
him seven.
stick diagrams the same
It's
way.
too small.
All
What
right,
do you recommend?
All right.
5.
So,
He's got 5, 6.
Bob, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
5 foot from the building, 7, 8
I could-
foot, 7, 8
The only,
foot
the
across.
only other recommendation I was gonna say, which is totally my opinion, I did appreciate that they give a fair rate for the patio of the $150.
Okay,
But I do not agree with the 75 and 75. I think it should be a flat 150 per year. That's my opinion. Actually giving them more money.
so you want us to charge you more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
like
think it
that.
should just be even.
There's our
150
increase.
done.
Wow, Dave likes you now.
I always like that. I just don't like the, I don't
Hey,
like
Dave, don't
that.
go too hard,
I don't like the
too hard on him
situation
on
we're in.
section B, all right?
Or the other thing too is maybe I could take another look at maybe how I enter into my building from that area.
Yeah,
That's true too.
fine, Bob, we'll charge you
Okay.
$250.
Okay, so, thank you, Bob, for your comments, because this, yeah, I was just gonna, go ahead, Jason.
Okay, just, so at planning, I'm the liaison, so there was a lot of talk about that with limiting it to 5 feet on the one side, but a lot of planning also said that they wanted it to be uniform and didn't want staggering of the fence line when you look down, so that was mentioned. I'm trying to think what else. And I think the recommendation was to keep them, from the planning commission at that time, was all uniformed at the 7 feet out, that way we were keeping all businesses within the same and being fair, so.
From the property line, correct.
Correct.
7 feet from the property.
But that corner's so different.
And that
shape.
was part of the discussion, was eliminating that corner, that section, just to keep the rest of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk on that whole corner,
Yes.
and so my recollection was the end of it was just to keep it at the 7 foot for everybody for a standard, because it still gave us the 5, I think it was 5'6", what was it?
Yeah, 5.6 from the pole.
All right.
5, 6.
So, all right,
I'll make a
Thank
motion
you,
to go
Jason.
with planning already.
any other council member?
I already made a
wanna
motion,
chime
though.
in?
I already made a
Lowell,
motion.
Jason, Mel, you guys,
I-
you good so far? All right, so, Marcia, would you please read the motion back from Mr. Duffy, just so that I'm clear on it?
Modify the planning commission's recommendations of 5-foot setback, corner of building, and A side 12 feet.
To a 5'8"
So,
on the
so
B
that would be
side.
B side, the
Yeah.
modified side is B side.
Right, A side
A
remains the
side
same
would
as
remain the same,
as the
of the
planning commission
of the
recommendations.
standards of the size, okay?
planning recommendations, yeah.
All right. All right, council, if there's no further discussion, and we have a motion and a support, I'm gonna ask for the call. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Eastick?
No.
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
No.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Carried.
Okay,
All right, tough one's out of the way.
item S1C, approval of outdoor seating, site plan on the Bay Boutique Bar and Cafe, 51034 Washington, with adjusted dimensions.
I'll make the motion to approve it as planning commission's recommendation.
Okay,
I'll support that.
I have a motion, I have a support. I know the petitioner's in the audience.
Yes,
Did you want to
please.
speak to it, sir?
I would love to.
Would you please stand up and take the podium, state your name and address for the record?
My name is Chuck Bell, 35530 Hamer Street in Baltimore, Michigan.
All right, it hasn't changed.
Yeah, there's no way I
No,
can make the phone call
Sorry,
to
Chuck.
mom without standing up at this meeting. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's my first time standing up at this meeting, which is kind of exciting.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let me get a
Yeah.
photograph.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Depends on the phone call I have to make after this. So we've had the outdoor patio. Obviously, after COVID, we watched the town grow over the last 5 years. I'm a newer resident of probably only 2 to 3 years, and the social aspect of it, people walking downtown, the social drinking, the outdoor seating, everything I think makes the town a little bit more lively, especially with the upcoming farmers markets and, the farmers market growing, and honestly, I think it's gonna grow even further. The outdoor patio is extremely important, to the businesses. It's a greeting, it's a, hey, come visit us, we're exciting. You can sit outside in the sunshine. You guys know on the bay we have the back area, and it is, during the winter time it's very tough for us, but during the summertime we flourish, we expand. Reducing any seating outside in downtown New Baltimore, I think is a tougher idea, especially if you're a business owner. I regret to inform that I am not completely knowledgeable of all the meetings. I'm trying to get used to coming to them, so I wasn't able to go to any kind of planning meeting. I did my best to propose my idea to you guys. You had said, Mike, correct? You had said that 5 feet was the distance. If you look it up online, 36 inches, 2 wheelchairs, 72 total, 6 feet total. Even in between, which we are graciously, so we love the tree out front, but it is difficult at sometimes, but we love the speaker, we love everything about it. In between the tree, the box, the planter box, and the wall here, you'll notice it says 6 feet. Now that's a 6 feet that 2 people have to walk through on the outside. There's really not much to mess with. And we deem that an appropriate amount of space to walk through for 2 people. Now, if you come up here, this is 16 feet from the building to the street, which would leave 6 feet here, well, 7 feet actually, if you even gave it 8 feet. You guys, I believe, were proposing 7, which makes this area even larger. If we only need 6 feet here, I propose the idea of at least 6 to 7 feet, sorry for that, 6 to 7 feet. 6 to 7 feet here, and at least allow us 8 feet off of the building for the outside fence. We were at almost 10 feet last year. And we're adjusting our tables. Obviously, we're gonna bring them to the low tops like you guys asked. The low tops, the low seats, the low chairs, break out those beautiful windows behind us, and it's gonna look really, really nice, but I'm just asking for a little bit. I'm not asking for 10 or 9, just at least 8. And I think flush down the entire street. I've walked it. I walked it the other day with a couple of wheelchairs. I've been out there. I've walked in front of a garage. I've walked in front of every single building. But my biggest thing is if we only need 6 feet here, why do we need so much here? It's still, even from the planter box to the edge of this fence is almost 11 feet. So even that turn that everybody was talking about coming here, there's still plenty of room. And it's not much. It's not much I'm asking for. I'm not asking for the whole thing, but I just hope that they can, just let this one slide through and talk about. And I made it big enough for everybody to see and kind of describe it. I mean, if you go down there and you look at 8, you've got got plenty of room, and especially if we're doing the bricks this year. Especially if we're doing the bricks. Allow that outdoor patio to grow. The patios are what makes downtown downtown. The social district, the outdoor seating, you know, the invitation into the restaurants. Yeah, everybody can go inside the restaurant, but there's a million towns that do that. You know,
Okay, Chuck,
thank you.
you good?
Yeah, I think so, as long as you say okay.
Well, I was a minute and a half longer than I normally like to give, but you were on a roll.
Yeah,
And I didn't want to stop you because you are a business owner and I
thank you.
think
Yeah, and that's,
it's important that we hear what you have to say. So, council?
I just want to remind him that we do have an ordinance against those banners. You know,
Banners?
the banners that wave out on the sidewalk.
oh, deal. I'll take the, I hate those.
Those are against
My
our
mom bought
ordinance.
those. I don't hate them.
Yeah, go ahead, throw her under the bus while she's not here.
I love them for her, but no, that's absolutely.
Your mom's gonna kill you, dude.
Yeah. Sorry, Chuck, I'll have your back.
Yeah.
I'll call her ahead.
Thank
and
you.
tell her
I will make
you
sure
didn't
those
mean
don't
it.
go up this year.
All right, so, we have a motion, we have a support. Any further discussion from council? Marcia, would you please read the motion back?
Sure. Motion by Councilman Duffy, support by Councilman Easton, that they recommend the approval, as presented and submitted by the planning commission with adjusted dimensions as recommended by the planning commission. From presented 10 foot by 18 foot, 6 inches to recommend 7 foot by 18 foot, 6 inches.
Okay. No further discussion from council, I will call the question. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell? Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, item S1D, it's approval of outdoor seating site plan for Blind Owl 36310 Main Street.
So moved.
Support.
So, again, the recommendations are as stated, there's no, I don't believe the petitioner has any problems with what's being done because you established it yourself. You're taking, I believe, what, half the sidewalk, 10 foot, and you're using 5 of it?
I leave more than 5 for the pedestrian.
There's more than 5 for passing, good. All right, you have a motion, you have a support. No further conversation from council. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Carried.
S1E, it's approval of the outdoor seating site plan for the Pickled Goat at 51803 Washington Street.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion and a support. Any discussion? Is the petitioner here? All right, would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Carried.
And then S1F, outdoor seating site plan of the House of Ice Cream at 51020 Washington Street with the adjusted dimensions.
Support.
Motion and a support. Any discussion?
That's
Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Carried.
Very good. Finally, on item S2, imagine that. Quarterly update regarding Peak 3 and Ashley Development. Brandon, you're on.
Race coat.
Brandon McKenzie, Peak 3 Development, 47120 Land Street, Chesterfield, 48047. Glad I'm here again for the quarterly meeting update. First off, I'd like to thank the mayor for re-engaging conversation a couple weeks ago in email to everybody. Definitely kept some momentum going, answered some questions, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
A couple of requested items, the last final requested items till we can hopefully get through this final stage and get permits available to be pulled. The estimate for the engineering was submitted and accepted by Aaron Jones at PCE, so I'm happy to report
Excellent.
that. Also from Lisa Hall, the reviews were complete for mechanical, plumbing, electrical. She did notify us, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks ago, that the construction plans were approved pending engineering final, which obviously we re-engaged some emails
Right.
today. I do wanna apologize, I thought that email string that Brian sent out, and went to the whole city council, cause that's kinda where that email was going that you initiated. So I apologize, the city council did not get those 2 letters, so I did get them to you this afternoon. I was hoping he was gonna get them to you about 10 days ago. So I apologize, that was definitely not intentional, and I really thought you were included on that. So when I noticed it this afternoon, because we really didn't hear anything back, I was a little taken back. So, with that, and a little bit of communication that went back and forth with Erin Jones, it looks like she suggested a couple options to get past our sanitary lead, item. So we're still very hopeful that we can get PCE with Osborne, our engineering group, together, and we can kind of figure this out. And that's the last item that needs to be
And if you
completed.
need assistance, Brandon, I'll be happy to broker a meeting here with
Okay.
your group and my group,
Yeah.
so that we can just move through that. and
That's
get it-
probably a good
get it
idea, cause
done.
I'll be honest, I feel like both sides, we were kinda missing a little communication, even when I was being told.
I'll set up an email
Okay,
chain.
that would be great.
I'll communicate with you and your people from NOR, and, BJ, if you don't mind, I'll include you, and we'll throw some dates out where we can meet here.
Yep.
If that works, and
Yeah,
then we'll
that-
just do a brainstorming on how we get to the next level.
And our,
And once you get past that, I think you're pretty close to getting ready for permits.
yes, that's all I've been informed of needing,
Yep.
so,
So I don't think it's that big a deal. We can get through that.
I appreciate
All
it.
right. Marcia, just for a sake of, timelines, if we're using April as a quarter, our next report due back would be July.
Yep, it's.
Do we wanna throw a date on it and call it the first
Yeah.
meeting?
She gave it to me already.
Okay, great.
It's,
We've already got that scheduled. All right.
And we're planning to go to the planning meeting on April 22nd, so.
Excellent. Okay, thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
All right. Council, any questions, or you good with the updates?
Motion to receive and file the update.
All right, I got a motion and I got a support. All right, would the clerk call roll?
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Hayman?
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, item S3 was a request from a resident that hit close to home for me. This is adoption of a proclamation to make the month of May continuing throughout in 2026, amyotrophic lateral awareness month, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. So I have a motion before you, council, to do just that.
So moved.
Support.
Support.
I have a motion, we have a support, any discussion?
Quick discussion on that, sir, Mr. Chair. This also hits home for me, so I'm glad that this resident, made the mention of this, because my father-in-law, who I never met, passed from ALS as well, so this is something, it's a horrible disease that most people, if it doesn't affect you, it's horrible. It basically, you know,
It's a
you're
blessing.
stuck in your body, so, just thank you to that resident for reaching out, and,
Yep.
that's it, thank you.
All right, thank you. So I have a motion, I have a support. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, thank you. We're not going into closed session. I'm gonna hold off on, committee reports and communications to the very end. Tim, did you wanna address S4?
Sure, so at the last council meeting, as you recall, this rezoning came up. Council, one of the concerns that was raised was that there was past due taxes on the property. We did do the research on that particular issue. The Zoning and Enabling Act of the State of Michigan only permits for rezonings to be conditioned on payment of past due fees or cost or anything of that nature, or taxes, if there's a conditional rezoning agreement before you and it's being offered as part of the conditional rezoning by the petitioner. This is not a conditional rezoning, this is a straightforward rezoning. So basically,
He's not in violation.
the unpaid taxes is not something that should be looked at in determining whether or not the rezoning should go forward.
Okay. Very good.
Can I have a
Counsel?
question on that? So we could do the zoning, but zoning could recommend if it can't council do as we did before, table it, because why would we be the house, why would we house, we're holding their taxes for them, right?
Kinda fronting their
Yeah, we're
taxes.
fronting the taxes to someone.
You can table it all you want, yeah, that,
Yeah, we can still table it. They can recommend the zoning, but we just table it because they still own the money, right?
Well, you're gonna
They
have, well, you can table the rezoning, but it can't be contingent necessarily on the payment of the taxes.
Really, so the government says that, the government says the lower government has to hold the bill for someone's taxes till they sell it.
I'm just telling you what the.
I'm
law
asking you a
is.
question, I'm
Yeah,
not,
the
you and
state
I can
law.
be sitting at the bar talking about it, I'm asking you a question just like that, really, that's
Yeah,
the story.
So I'm gonna, if you guys will pause for a minute, I'm gonna recognize the petitioner and let them, comment on the agenda item. So, sir, please step up to the podium, state your name and address for the record, and make your comment.
Hi, how's everybody doing? My name is Zeph Markey. I'm here to represent my dad, Jared Markey. He's the owner of the property. There was a funeral tonight, he couldn't come. It's for property address, 35210 Cricklewood Boulevard, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, yeah, there were 2 years of taxes not paid, which we did pay. So we paid them last week. I have the receipts here.
So they're,
Paid-
both
Yes.
years are paid?
Yes, both years are paid, and there was a grass cutting fee over here as well, that was paid as well. So
Okay,
everything should be, cleared out, there shouldn't be any balances. And I have the printout as well, you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for
yeah,
being.
but they didn't have the, could I please see the receipt,
Yeah. So,
just for the record?
yes, I'm sure if you go to.
No, this
local
actually
treasurer-
is, that's from the county treasurer, right,
Yeah,
since
so
they were in
this came
arrears?
straight to my email, and this is the check I wrote for the 25 taxes, and I can email the receipt as well, but I was in a hurry, this is what I have.
No
So
problem.
this was mailed out. I sent these to Lisa Hall as well, last week, so.
Okay, so this was for tax year 24 and 25?
This is 25 and this is 24. It was a bit more because of the interest, obviously.
All right, let me just real quick, so that council is satisfied. I think if that's the only thing that would hold up any action. So 1 year was 7,285.85, and 1 year was 6135.93. And this is 24,
Yeah.
this is 25, is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Council, does anyone else wanna see this?
Yeah.
Let me just pass it down and we'll get it back to you.
Okay, cool.
All right, no, thank you.
Mayor, the clerk did, in our packet, did tell us the taxes were paid.
She said the 24 taxes that they had.
Yes,
She didn't have both records, only one.
When I called the county, they informed me that the
saw
twenty-four
that.
taxes had been paid, not the 25. That was on April 1st.
Yeah, what's the date on that check? That's a bank check?
Yeah, it was the 26th, so it would have been refreshed.
Yeah, so, right,
Yeah,
it was just after you did it,
right.
okay. So Dave, does that satisfy your concern over?
No, I'm fine with this, I was asking in general, it's just a crazy law
No,
tonight.
no, I gotcha.
That's what I'm saying, we're at the bar talking just how
Right.
crazy stuff is, and that's why I was asking that question.
I don't disagree with that analysis.
Some lobby group from the real estate company or something like that, got that, make that one.
Yeah, it was called the senior high rise, remember?
Is that who it was? Something like that.
They tried to pull that one on us,
Remember?
but we didn't bite. All right. If you
That's
guys,
the full amount.
if you're satisfied, yeah, well, I have no way to verify, but based on 1 year to the next, I would believe, I would have to say, because the Sidwell number's at the bottom, and I can verify that with what's on here, 0609.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary, I also have invoices that were emailed to me, so I can have those sent to you guys as well.
Actually, there's two Sidwell numbers here. This one's for 060913352026.
That's the right.
Okay, that's accurate, correct?
Mhm.
Yeah. And this one unfortunately doesn't have the Sidwell number attached to the, but that was paid online.
Which I would be able to see it immediately.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just saying they're all sitting there wide open for 11 Gs. So, it's not the dollar amount he paid.
Well, this was no reply at BSA Online, so that had to be,
So then it's sent over to the county.
Yep, so this is Macomb County,
Yeah,
transaction.
yeah, it still gets paid through VSA.online.
Yeah, okay, I just,
That's
you
what I'm
guys
on right
wanna
now,
see
is
this on the
VSA
other end?
online right now.
Mel or Flo or Dave,
No, you guys are better than
before
that.
we take, action on the motion? So basically, all they're asking to do is take this to rezone it?
Correct.
From general, from GC to commercial to industrial?
Correct. Planning commission recommended.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, Mike, is that accurate? You guys,
Yeah.
you didn't have a problem with the rezoning?
Well, I wasn't at that meeting, but I read the minutes and I did talk to the vice chair.
Okay, so do I have a motion on the table
No.
at this point, now that we've gotten an opportunity?
I'll make a motion to support what planning said in light of what Mike says here, so if they're in.
So
if
to
they're in-
approve the split?
Yep.
Okay, the rezoning, I mean.
Yep.
All right, I have a motion. Is there a
I'll
support?
support it.
I have a motion and a support. Any further discussion? Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Hammond?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
No.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Dietrich?
No,
Councilman Duffy?
No.
And we have a tie. Time in.
We have a tie.
So, sir.
What happens in ties? So, I just wanna understand why we don't want to approve it.
so my reason for saying no on this is because I'm not questioning whether we should be rezoning the property. I have an issue doing anything on a property that they still owe taxes. We all pay our taxes in the town, therefore you shouldn't be doing anything on your property until everything's made up to par. And the dollar amounts here don't match what the dollar amounts are showing for both city and county for the last 2 years. Not actually even close.
So if we can verify with our, assessing department that the records at the county are accurate, I can't do it because it's after hours.
For sure.
But I'm with you, and Mr., are you Zeph?
Yes.
Would you mind taking the podium again, please? So I wanna direct a question at you.
Yes,
And because right now we have a tie vote,
correct.
there's 3-3, which means that I'm required to break that tie, either affirming it or denying it. So before I vote, I would like to ask you, in good faith, what you're presenting today is there are no taxes on this property that are withheld to date. Everything's up to date according to
Yes.
what you're
Yes.
showing us. The
Uh,
councilman is indicating that electronically, he can't verify it. So I would be willing to affirm what you're asking for, as long as I can tomorrow verify that these taxes have been removed and are no longer an encumbrance on the property, meaning you don't owe the city.
Correct, okay.
So,
My motion rests on that as well. So
I'm sorry?
My motion rests on that very premise that you just made.
okay, so Tim, is there a way that my vote, that I can't verify this tonight?
So
That's what my recommendation is.
So we should either table this for one more meeting.
I'll make a motion to table it.
I'll support that.
Thank you, because that removes any question.
There you go.
Okay, so we're not denying
Okay,
it.
now.
Yeah.
I just asked for a motion to table, which now supersedes any other action of council tonight. So once we've asked to table and I get a support, it stops. The conversation now becomes, I have the time to verify, we'll put this on next Monday's agenda. It's only a week. So we're meeting this month, 2 Mondays in a row, not the second and fourth. And, hopefully that won't be a issue for you or your family.
Yes.
It'll only be a matter of 7
Well,
days.
for me, it's not an issue, but we have the Keith here who is the tenant on the property. And
Yes.
he's the one who wanted the rezoning, so it's kind of slowing down his business.
Well,
Or
it's
state
unfortunate,
taxes.
and I apologize that, I know it's, and he's a good guy, I know.
Yes, hard-working
But what
guy.
I would say to that is, his misfortune is no fault of ours.
No, it's
Okay,
it's my.
and I'm trying to work with you, and I want to believe what you're showing me to be accurate, but I can't verify it.
I understand.
So that's all we're asking for tonight, is an opportunity to verify the information that you're telling us. And then this will be on the agenda for the same motion next week, Monday.
Okay, well, thank
Okay?
you.
So it's 7 days. You know what they say, lucky sevens? Lucky sevens. All right. So I have a motion and a support. Would the clerk call roll, please?
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Easton?
Yes.
Councilman Hayman?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yes.
Councilman Russell?
Yes.
Councilman Duffy?
Yes.
Carried.
All right, that's a much finer road to travel down. So before I go into communications and petitions, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask our community for a moment of silence on a loss of a very dear friend and lifelong resident to New Baltimore. Mickey Mellon's husband, John, passed away last week. John had been ill for quite some time, but he was a very active member of our community who started our local soccer AYSO group many, many, many years ago, before I even knew what a soccer ball was. John had dedicated a lot of his life to promoting that, to grow AYSO into what it is in our region. So I would just ask for a moment of silence on behalf of
John?
the Mellons at this moment. Thank you. And then I would just add that we've lost quite a few local icons in the last couple of weeks. And another gentleman who passed in the last week as well. His name is Tim Gable. Tim was a Detroit firefighter who was very dedicated to our local Lions Club. And he will be missed sorely for his vibrant smile and good laugh and ability to just jump in and volunteer where it was needed. So again, I appreciate your opportunity to just out of respect pay a moment of silence to Tim as well. Thank you so much. I normally allow council the opportunity to give communications and petitions first. I'm gonna steal a little thunder tonight, and I'm gonna take that position. I have some very exciting news to share on behalf of the citizens and the city of New Baltimore. Friday afternoon, we were informed that a request for $3 million to assist us in our expansion of our fire department was granted. That is, I can only tell you that that is probably 50%, I'm hoping, maybe more, of what we will need to renovate this half of the building. Bringing a new bay at the fire department, housing, and just safer quarters for them. And then on this side of the building, I'm not sure how far it will encumber because we have yet to interview the architects and engineers. That's coming at a meeting on the 27th. But at next meeting, I will be asking the city council to review 2 petitions of letters of engagement from what I would call the municipality's representative to get us to the point of which company we're gonna hire to do the next phase. And these 2 companies, that's what they do for a living. And I will tell you, I am excited to engage either of these 2 companies because it's not what I do for a living. And this is a really big deal to manage a construction project of this nature. They represent us, they help us hire the right people, and it's a very exciting time. So with that being said, I will go up and down the table and we'll start with you, Mr. Russell.
I don't think I have anything at this moment.
Attaboy. Jason?
I've got something. All right, planning had a very robust, talk, like I said earlier, about the walkability of the downtown. And speaking of the cafes in the downtown area, I just wanna thank them for their due diligence of going over it. It's always tough when you've got one side that wants one thing and the other side that wants something else, so thank you to them for that. And then also they're doing, going over the master plan, and there was a lot of feedback, positive on that regarding the city, so make sure that everybody reads our master plan that's gonna be coming out. That's it.
Thank you. Jacob?
I have nothing. That's great.
David?
Yeah, a couple quick questions. Baker Building, any updates on that?
No, good question, and I would like one myself, so I will reach out to Mr. Whittlesey and I will have one for you at the next meeting.
Yeah, then, can you have them maybe clean up around there? I mean, just paint, maybe paint the plywood black, brown, and maybe pick up the barrels and the tape that just was rolling around. It's not that hard.
Where are you noticing the worst, is it in the green belt?
It's behind the building and in the
Yeah,
very
right.
front, there's barrels
Alright.
laying sideways.
If I may, so
Yes.
Mr. Whittlesey and I were at the, building this week, or this past week. They tore out,
Thank you. This is our building inspector, if you're not familiar.
so they were over there, they tore out the back concrete area, between their building and the Mellon building. So that's why it looks a little rough. They still have a little more to go there. As far as the building themselves, they may have a tenant going in downstairs. That's in the works right now. But they're moving along. Once they find out if this tenant is taking that space, they can move forward with what they have to do to accommodate that tenant.
Are there permits on that building?
I'm sorry?
Are there active permits on that building?
Oh,
There
yeah.
are active permits, yes.
Oh, yeah.
They're not showing.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not showing.
They're
They're
not
in the window.
showing where?
They're not in the windows.
Those are in the window.
Oh,
Nothing in the
well,
window.
they should be prominently posted.
I didn't see them.
All right, Jerry, would you
I'll check.
check on that with Steve in the morning, and would you also make sure part of the planning commission's requirement for approval of that parking area was that there was a guard put in along the front side of the Mellon building so that there would be no accidental back-ins or so forth. You know, that's an old building, it wouldn't take much to penetrate.
I know we were over there, in fact, I had Willisey over there because, Mrs. Mellon had made comment when they were carrying out the concrete, there was some structural
Vibrations.
damage. And when we got over there and looked at it, all it was the ceiling tile, because whoever installed the ceiling tile, framework did not
Tie it back.
contact it, right? Okay, they should have put a pop rivet in there and it didn't. That's one thing that had to fall.
Okay,
But Ted already assured her he would take care of it and that they would move forward.
very good.
Thank you.
Yep, so I'll also look into that for you, and we'll get an update on it, cause I'm interested myself to see where it's at.
And one
Flo?
other question,
Yep.
well, one other question, I know we got this McLean, Lisa McLean money, which is great, but did we ever get any of our Schlockman money?
Those have just been submitted. McLean's was first. So that's out there. We still have,
No, that $1 million they owe us for Bay Street.
oh, that's,
We've never collected that, have we?
oh, no, that's, I'm almost positive they're up to date. Have you talked to Jeannie on that?
I was hoping she was here, I don't think so, last time I asked, we hadn't collected any of that.
I can check with her. I know we were waiting.
So
Yeah.
that's the,
It was set
that's the-
aside and guaranteed, and it was a hold.
But a year and a half, I mean,
So the money-
just like the back taxes,
Yeah.
we're holding the,
Yeah.
we're holding
So this is the one where the
$10
state
million
police
budget,
was
we're holding
managing
millions of
MDOT
dollars
grant.
for people.
Yeah, okay. We know, I don't believe that was Slotkin, Dave, I believe it was Gary Peters.
Oh, the two of them were working.
It's Gary Peters,
Yeah, but
yeah.
one of their offices.
She wasn't involved yet, I don't even think she was in office yet, but to your point,
No, she was
I'll
here.
make sure, that was funded in 2023. The money from the federal government was deposited. The holdup was how the state legislature allowed for disbursements. And the holdup was, if you got a project approved and I got a project approved and you're Lake Orion and I'm New Baltimore, but your submittals got in before me, if they met a threshold before they wrote my check, they had to wait for state legislature to rewrite opportunity to write more money. It's not that we're not gonna get paid, it's, I'll double check.
We're holding that, we're holding the bag for a long
Yeah.
time, that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah, no,
understand
it's
the
our
whole
money. We
process,
want
we
it.
talked to him like 12 times.
We want it, I'm with
You
you.
brought up that 3 million, but we don't even have our first million,
We
right?
have submitted to.
I trust Lisa a little bit more, but I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, the good news is that was a, you know,
It's still the
80-20
federal
match. I'll
government.
take the
Right,
1 to
that's what I
0
said.
match
That's why I
all
brought
day
it
long.
up.
But anyway,
I know
I'm
where
with
Lisa
you.
lives.
It's still pretty exciting to get the 3. All right,
Yeah, no,
Flo?
I'm very excited.
Hey, John, Dave.
Yeah.
I just want to add something to a couple of the moments of silence that the mayor said. Mr. Mellon was instrumental in the soccer fields over as he's with the
AYSO.
AYSO, but also the soccer fields over at Festival Park. And his name is on
the
the
field.
soccer fields.
Correct.
And he was very, very prominent. And Tim Gable, the Lion that passed, he was the president of our Lions Club when the flagpole went in. And it was under his direction that we now have that wonderful tallest flagpole down in our park. And as long as we're talking about people that have passed recently, Greg Bear, who was the late Greg Bear, his wife just passed, and her funeral is coming up at St. Mary's. And she was instrumental in a lot of things here in New Baltimore. She was instrumental in the community coming together to start Relay for Life. She was also instrumental under President H.W. Bush of starting, under his Points of Light, of starting Make a Difference Day, which New Baltimore City still co-sponsors with the Lions Club, and for over 30 years, which is held annually in October. So we've lost people that have, their mark is still seen here in our community. And coming up this month, we have Taco Thursday at the VFW for the American Cancer Society. And I still have Jack of Spade tickets for sale.
Thank you, Flo. Mel?
Nothing that's pressing or whatever, but I am liaison for Parks and Rec, so I want to get it out there to the community, since we have more of a captive audience tonight. They're kicking around the idea of pickleball courts at Festival Park and some other alternate locations, so for those of you who like pickleball, those of you who have neighbors or live by Festival Park, we just ask the community to come out so that we can hear as much feedback as possible, good, bad, and indifferent, because the plans seem to be moving forward for the recommendation. Nothing hard in stone, but we want as much community involvement and input as possible so that that Parks and Rec committee can make the best decision for the placement of the possible prospective pickleball courts. That's all I have.
Perfect, thank you. And to Flo's point, I was going to wrap up the meeting with the passing of Mary Ann Bear, as Flo said. Her memorial service will be April
14th.
April 14th.
Always listening, huh?
And I was the lucky woman who had 2 of her daughters in Girl Scouts.
Sorry, you're forgiven, Brandon. It was perfect timing. That's how you lighten up, that's how you lighten up a heavy mood.
Yeah.
So with that, I would ask for, I do want to, I had one more thing. To Mr. Duffy's credit, he has been meeting with multiple residents in the vicinity of the Black Walnut. They have met openly here in these chambers to take concerns on both sides of residents and committee members, or not, pardon me, not committee, but residents on both sides of the Walnut who are either for it or against it to operate as a legitimate business. To Mr. Duffy's credit, I don't know that I would have ever volunteered to do that because it is a no-win situation. This will not be an agenda item, but at one point when he's ready, I will allow him an opportunity to speak to this topic and I believe it's the only reason we don't have it on the agenda is there's nothing that we can do that the planning commission or our zoning board of appeals, which has already denied that process of rezoning. So this particular body wouldn't take action, it would have to be the planning commission first. So, as I said, I'm just kind of putting out there a precursor that I know this is coming because you've been meeting with these residents. And, it will not be an agenda item, but when you're ready to speak to it, if you're done with your meetings or what have you, I'll make sure that we afford the proper public discussion time for it. So
When all the
now,
part,
with that
when all the
being-
parties can be here.
yeah,
weren't able to do it.
okay, I thought that's what you were open for. So with that being said, I will entertain a motion to
Motion
adjourn.
to adjourn.
Support.
I have a motion and I have a support. Would the clerk call roll?
Councilman Dietrich?
Yes.
Councilman Harvey?
Yeah.
Councilman Russell? Councilman Pelkey?
Yes.
Councilman Eastman?
Yes.
Councilman Eden? Yes.
Go blue!